Make it special. Make it Maloney.
We're proud to welcome our newest sponsor, Diva's Den, New York, 326 Main Street in Port Chef Village.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Karen, you have a very sexy voice, but I've told you this before.
Yeah,
I really feel very, very good about that voice.
Thank you.
Thank you for lending your talents
I'm happy
today.
that you like my voice.
Thank you for bringing me through things.
Yes.
Hi, Marianne. How are you?
Good.
Marianne Deszcz. I just learned.
Yes,
That's
Deszcz.
Marianne's. That's how you pronounce her last name. How do you spell your last name?
Desszcz.
Deszcz. So much easier to say than to look at and try to spell and say.
And I like the dramatic flair you give it.
Deszcz.
Yeah.
It does feel dramatic. So good to have you back. For our listeners and viewers that don't know what you do, I've put up a very, very awesome graphic of your website.
Yay.
It's so animated. You have
Yes.
the most animated site I've ever seen.
It's an animated job.
And
So
it should
fun.
be.
So, you know what? We'll start with this. What have you been doing? You've been housing dogs and having them over and
Yeah, we've
having
been-
play dates?
We've been doing our thing. We just survived winter break.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Did you have like a waiting list possibly?
Yeah, I did. Actually, all week long. And it's
Yeah.
hard because if you don't have kids in school, you forget that everybody goes away when the kids are out of school.
Yeah.
So, like, my poor regular customers whose kids have been
don't-
out of school for 10 years,
Right.
they're like, I don't understand why it's so busy.
That's why.
When everybody else is going away, we're busy.
So I went away for, not to Tahiti or anything. Karen knows what I did. I did a little round trip college thing, but I was away for 4 days, and I have 2 dogs.
Right.
And I'm believe me, dying to use your service, but Grandma took the dogs,
Nice.
because they have a cousin there in Massapequa, so my dogs stayed with them.
Okay.
But I am dying to try this service, and I'm looking for a reason to try it because I think I really am. I really am because the dogs can be a pain, especially when you're driving with them. They do my dogs climb on me, which is not good. I'd rather
But they're
they be with
little,
you.
though.
They're little.
Not that it
Yeah.
matters, but
No, it doesn't matter when they take the steering wheel and I get into an accident.
yeah, that's not good.
It's not good.
Do they know how to drive?
No.
see.
So I have these little crates, but I bought them, but I don't use them.
Your dog's going crates. Yeah, no, I don't think
They
so.
don't do it, right?
No.
Oh, you know my dog.
I
yeah.
can't see kids
My
going
dog
in a
has
crate.
anxiety.
No.
So you were totally full. So you were really busy this week.
Yeah.
This is a busy week for you.
And we will be again because then we have Easter
April.
break
Yeah.
in April, and
Another
then
week.
really it's the gloves come off for the
Yeah.
summer, pretty much from
'Cause then
Memorial
forget
Day
it.
through Labor Day.
Right.
Wow. Any new services since we last spoke to you? By the way, Marianne is a second-time Port Jeff Pulse guest.
Yes, she
so
is.
we unbelievably appreciate your
I
loyalty,
know.
and we're so happy to
So
have you
happy
back.
you're back.
I think this is fun. I've been
can stay for
actually
as long as
following
you
all
want.
of them now.
Oh, good. Anyone stand out? And did you like the one where my old friend, the singer, came on, Eugene? People got a kick out of that
Eugene
one.
had-
He's got
I'm-
number one views. Number one
He
views,
does.
Eugene.
Hey, Gene.
Number one.
I'm actually
Florida
pretty
right now.
excited to see what happened with Say Cheese. I am at that place more often than I'm going to admit.
Oh, man.
Text me next time you're there. I'm looking for friends. Okay? No, I mean it. I mean it. I don't want to just go there and just, eat cheese by myself. So, but I'm looking for an
That's
excuse to
kinda
go
creepy.
there.
Well, that's creepy. You do. You got to go with a friend.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we love that. Joe was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep.
We learned a lot. I learned a lot.
So any new services or new things that are coming to your business now, or you just
Actually, no, we're just going along.
you're doing it, yeah.
Chugging
But you're becoming well known. Really, really great.
Yeah, well, I'm trying.
By the way, you're very funny on Facebook. You have a very great sense of humor.
No
And
one gets out alive. We
no,
may as well.
and people either get it or they don't. I totally get it. You got to go off the wall on things. Something that I caught the other day was what happens to a lot of small businesses, and it's a shame on social media, and we both kind of felt the same way about it. Somebody was lambasted in business on these little groups.
Yes.
And it's so incredible the opinions that people come up with.
It's been such an evolution since when I first bought the business. I used to try to take the high road. I wasn't going to acknowledge if somebody put something out that was a lie or was ridiculous. But then, I don't know, I think just
This is getting
the whole climate, I feel like everything changed after the election. Regardless of which side of the aisle you were on,
Right.
it was just like everybody lost their minds.
Yeah, you're right.
And I just don't have it in me anymore. And I just, now if I see something like that, especially about myself, I am right in there. And the reaction that people have is funny. First of all, I didn't think they're going to get publicly called out on a lie. That's my favorite. Like, well, you know what?
Right.
You get to close your computer and go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm the one whose livelihood was just smeared all over
Yeah.
a community group, and you think I'm not going to say
Yeah.
anything?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But that's how people are. They think they put these things out onto the internet and nobody is going to pick it up.
Right.
But
right.
my favorite really was that they were going to start boycotting. Everybody's boycotting everything now.
Yeah, the boycotting never
Could
works,
you
by the
stop?
way. It never
Just
works.
stop.
I know.
Thankfully, but, you know, like-minded human beings that have even been
Right.
nearly near business
Right.
realize that A, boycotting doesn't work, and B, shit happens. So let's
Yes.
move on. Everything is so micromanaged and emotionally charged now.
Always. And there's, you know,
Very
there's always
emotional.
that 3 sides to every story, but sometimes people are just morons. And you know what? As a business owner, you try not to remind them of that,
Right.
but sometimes you just are.
Yeah.
Right.
And the customer's not always right.
right. Right.
And it's unfortunate, and nobody wants to hear
Right.
it. I'm a customer to a lot of places.
Right.
Right.
I would never say that I'm always right.
And
Sometimes I'm a moron.
And I think there's a business for every customer, and there's a customer for every business, and not, you know.
And we have had
right?
that experience where like my manager will have to tell somebody, your dog is great, but your temperament is not suited for this.
Right.
Because it is, you know, if you don't know what you're looking at, seeing 2 dogs rolling around and flopping in and out of the pools and stuff, they're looking at them, oh, they're getting dirty, and like, well, they're dogs.
That's what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, but not everybody understands that. They want
Okay.
them pristine and on their couch. And
But it's very liberating to say that. What you really are saying is that you would look a customer in the eyes and say, look,
Yes.
we just have, you know, we're
Yeah.
not meeting eye to eye. I understand you have choices. Thanks.
I will say
see you down the road.
Right.
That's very liberating,
Right.
and it's fantastic. And or fortunately, it has to be said. We're talking about a business in Wading River that got lambasted online in a public group. I don't know if you want to mention the name. It does. I don't think it matters really, but I think they were treated, you know, very unfairly by an incident that happened, and then just people pile on.
they do. They do, and they don't understand what they're doing.
Right.
And then it was the same thing because the owner of that business, and I think it was her manager, jumped onto that thread to try to explain
Right.
what,
Right.
from
And
their
now-
perspective,
and
that
now do
actually
some
happened.
damage control. Right.
But then we're always the ones that get ganged up on. We're
Yeah.
told we're aggressive and we're this and we're that. And like, well, you just attacked us. What did you think we were
Right,
going to
right.
do?
Well,
Right.
we have to defend ourselves.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was the whole thing. Just stuff like that makes me crazy.
Yeah. Right.
I don't think it's going to get any better either. You know, we have these Yelps of the world. People are professional Yelpers. They think they have the right to tell you when the temperature of your whatever coffee was a little off that day, and it just goes on and on and on. It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know where people find the time
Yeah, they
to
do
get
find
so
the time.
outraged over everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Angry. They're very angry.
But why not, like, go get a job or a hobby? I feel like there's so many better uses of time.
I know.
You know, a lot of the
know.
time I spend on social media, I'm, you know, monitoring my business page. And as he's noticed, I post ridiculous things on my own page. And
Yeah, I love it.
You
though.
know.
That's really what social media should be. You know, that tongue
I
in cheek
think I
humor.
miss seeing everybody's lunch.
Yeah.
I haven't seen what anybody's eating in months.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
But I think people have dropped off too. I know. My posts
I
are
have
less.
noticed
lately.
that, too.
Yeah.
Which makes me so sad.
I
Because I have
have.
a lot of very funny friends.
It's
I
a-
have.
it's a cycle.
I've
It'll come
stopped
around.
posting.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah. Why not? You live in real life.
I don't know.
Do one great post a week and go
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
That's my new.
Right.
That's my new thing.
Yeah. Make an impact.
You know, not
once
go
a
back.
week.
What do you think, Rye? You can participate in this as a young man. Are you a social media maverick?
Yeah, so I'm in a bit of a niche market, freelance audio, and people are very territorial with their independent pages, which are supposed to be for a community, but I noticed like some advertisements fly, others are spam, and it's.
You know what it really comes down to is the human personality has manifested itself through digital media. This is really what's happening, and it's ubiquitous, meaning that grandma to little Charlie that's 6 years old are getting involved. It's very complicated. It's very complicated.
It's really
very
not.
convoluted.
It's
and
any
complicated.
idiot with an internet connection thinks their opinion matters.
Well, yes.
It's a fact.
See why we love Marianne on social media? Yes, I was trying to be eloquent about it, and you said
I told you I'm not taking the high.
Gotcha. Fantastic. Well, we're good to know that Houndstown USA is a reputable, awesome business. I recommend it highly. I can't wait to have the excuse to have my dogs stay there. I really, because my dogs are babies. I do have to tell you,
the best thing I ever saw about my business on social media was in a community group. Mm-hmm. Some guy went on and said that I had specially made 1 foot long garden hoses to beat the dogs with. I am not even kidding.
And they were 2 foot long.
Wow. And everybody knows I make them myself. I stopped dead in my tracks. Somebody had asked, where to board their dogs, and a couple of people had referred me, and it spiraled into this whole thing. My staff and I were crying. with laughter over this.
Laughing.
Like, who sat up all night and thought of that?
Did this person come up with this?
It was the best thing I've ever read. I've gotten business as a result of that post.
But I know how you handle it.
Because of the way that I responded to it. We were hysterical. We still talk about it. Like, get the hose. Don't make me get the hose.
Just the mere sound of the word, the hose, the dogs are going.
Forget trying to fill up the pool. It just turns into a whole PTSD thing.
Yep. Marianne is a funny one.
And these are the people that are out there posting on social media.
Yeah. Well, you are guardian of that, and we will stay close by you. We're not going to get on your wrong side.
No.
Right?
No.
Man almighty.
No. But this is why Marianne likes to hang out with the animals instead, right? We've had this conversation.
Absolutely.
That's why this is such a happy place. Right?
Honestly, yeah.
When it's solely 100% animals, it's the happiest place.
It's a happy
and we have
place.
an awesome core group of customers who just get it.
They get it, yeah.
Right.
Right. And they're amazing. There's actually a lot of customers now that I actually have at my house.
Aww.
I invite them to parties because they understand.
Yeah. Yep. Any good funny chuckles and stories that happened over February break with Houndstown?
Someone pooped out a condom.
Whoa. Whoa.
I have a picture.
It took me like 4 seconds to understand.
I had to think about that for a second. I was like, wait. Okay. Yeah, now I understand.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's not going to be digested.
No.
Okay.
Anything else?
Well,
that's enough.
Yeah,
that's pretty much enough.
That was the funny one, yeah.
You know what okay. Wow, I wasn't expecting that one. Okay. That's a good one.
Thanks, Marianne.
All right, so you promptly took care of that, right?
Well, I consider this a warning to anybody following along that you know where you put them.
Okay, we'll just leave it there. Fantastic. So
you don't want to put that picture up there?
No, we're going to keep it nice and bright and cheery. I understand you have some. Look, I'm jumping out of this. Some other great news. Your vivacious personality and professional attitude has brought you to a place with Brookhaven Town, I heard.
Yes, I am on the town board for women's services.
Oh, fantastic.
There's a lot of women things happening. I think men are falling behind. Carolyn's doing some things. You're always doing things. Women are really coming up big.
Step up.
That's why I hang around with women.
Yeah.
I think a large part of this, though, is also because men have also stepped up. A lot of the stuff I do, because I have a supportive husband, he doesn't leave me to deal with everything, the house and the kids and the dog. And, I actually have a partner.
Yeah, right.
I think you find the problem comes in when those relationships are uneven.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Right, yeah.
So this position will do what? Or I understand that maybe you will trailblaze in this position.
Well, I would like to see more. I would like to see the word get out about it more because they do have a lot of really valuable programs. They do.
What's the department or position called?
It's within the Department of Housing and Human Services.
Okay.
Which is a great thing even of itself. That department is how I was able to buy my house in Sound Beach in 2007. I got a grant through them. I was single at the time, and my older son was 5. And I got a grant from them to buy that house.
Wow.
Which a lot of people don't know about.
They don't know about it.
You have to dig around that town website to find this stuff, which I wanted to buy a house and I was poor, so I was doing the digging.
It's fantastic.
But that's how I came to find this town board. And they do that program, Dress for Success.
Got it.
Which is amazing for somebody who's been out of the workforce or, women who are trying to get into maybe something different.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They have, it's all donated business clothes. And it actually looks like a little boutique store. And it's all donated and they can go in there and it doesn't feel like a handout.
Right.
Which, if you have a lot of pride, that
Sure,
would be
sure.
difficult. You walk into that, you would never know you were anywhere other than Nordstrom.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things this department does. So what would you like to see in the next 9 months? What would you put forward? More awareness to women that these are available?
Well, yeah, that
What
there
about-
are programs available to them. There's a lot of times you find yourself in situations in life you didn't think you were going to find yourself in. I'm the classic example of that. My first husband walked out on us when my son was 18 months old. And then you got to start all over
Did
again.
he beat you with a hose?
1 foot. No. He just disappeared, actually, which was, in retrospect, probably for the best.
Fantastic, right?
But yeah.
In retrospect.
Yeah.
Right.
And my oldest son looks just like me, which is a big score.
That's good. Score. Yeah.
A larger, hairier version of me. But it's nice to know that there are programs that can offer this support.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
So I would like the word to get out more.
Okay, so we're going to do that. So the position is called what?
It's the Town of Brookhaven Women's Services.
There you go. And you are going to be at the forefront of letting women know that these services exist. And I mean, it's a sort of quasi-governmental kind of thing, right? You're partnering.
It's part of the town.
Yeah. You're partnering with the Town of Brookhaven.
Yeah, I went
as a
to-
woman leader.
I had to go and meet with them for my final interview, and it was like going
passed that?
I know, it was like going to the principal's office. Like, I like to stay away from the town. I don't want them to know anything about me. I don't want to know anything about them. And, you're walking right in there. It was weird. Everything's beige with mauve carpets.
That's government. That's government. So that's cool, though. So we know a lot of people at the Town of Brookhaven, including the supervisor, Ed Romaine, who I think is doing a great job. He's running again. And so I'm going to bring your name up, and I'm going to make sure that people know who you are.
That'd be great.
In the right places.
Or that'd be terrible. We'll see.
No, it's going to be good.
I'll get those.
It's going to be good. No, I think you're very persuasive, and I think you could be great for women. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I do.
You know?
I'm pretty excited about it. It was time I did something that did not have to do with dogs.
Okay.
Right.
Which was
another component of yourself, another facet of yourself. And
Yeah, and I had to meet with Jane Bonner, prior to the appointment, and that was kind of my bottom line with her because she only knows, me through Houndstown.
Okay.
Gonna dip a toe into humans. I'm not committing, but I'm gonna try. She's like, okay.
So this is truly town-wide, too.
Yes,
This is
it's the entire town of Brookhaven, which is huge.
It is huge. It's bigger than most counties in other places. And
Yeah.
population-wise, it's huge.
Yeah.
People don't realize that.
They don't, and people don't realize just how much goes into the town of Brookhaven. Like where I live in Wading River, I'm like the last house in Brookhaven.
Before Riverhead.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that sign is 20 feet from my house.
Do you see a future for yourself in politics?
No.
Okay. Okay, because that would be all people.
Yeah, I don't know how that
And that would
go.
be all emotional psychology. I
I don't know if I have it in me.
When you talk about the social media, I don't know how some politicians remain on social media.
I don't either. Jane Bonner is a classic example
she
of
is.
that.
Yes, she is.
She
She's-
is a very polarizing person. They either love her or hate her,
Yep.
and she just smiles and she's gracious.
She learned to do that. Because at first, and I know Jane very well. So at first, she was going back and forth with people, and she learned that it's a sum-zero game.
Yeah.
With the commenting back and forth, especially you just have your public page. If people need to talk about the sidewalks that need to be clean,
Right.
Jane or somebody like Jane could say this, and she's done it for me before, and I've actually made that request, and that's that. But going deeper into that, it's not going to get you
Right.
very far.
Right.
On both sides.
Yeah.
You know.
So I don't know if I
that's
have
what
the
the public
temperament
forum
for
is
it.
about. In the town of Brookhaven.
I really don't. I don't know. I'd either offend everybody in all of Brookhaven or I don't know.
No, it's good to be forward speaking like that. We need more of that, and that's our federal government now, right?
Right.
He's not
Right.
kind of shy about what he's talking about.
I
And he
actually
must-
tweeted at the president today. And then I sat down
You
for a second.
included him in the
I
tweet? You tagged
literally
him?
just tweeted Donald Trump. That is weird
It is weird.
that I have the ability. I should not be given the ability to do that.
Yeah, somebody's seen
I really
it.
shouldn't.
Yeah, you can tag him. You can tag him. It is weird.
Well, I don't really know how to use Twitter that well. Actually, one of my employees has been walking me through it. He must feel like he's dealing with his grandmother.
Well,
He's
in your
"Now, this is
140
what you
characters.
do."
Yeah. If you
Yeah,
put
and
at.
I'm way too long-winded for 140 characters, too, I've noticed.
Well, why
But yeah.
don't you blog and then give a little link to your longer blog? You can do that.
That's actually a great idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was saying that health insurance is nobody knew health insurance was complicated.
I saw that.
Like, dude, everybody knew that.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Everywhere.
That's his way of saying, and he's been saying it a lot. Yeah. Oh, I have a lot of respect for Obama because I didn't know how complicated and how tough a job it was.
How do you not know that?
Because
How do you not know that?
He did know, but he usually 95% of the time got what he wanted immediately, and that's never going to happen in government.
That
And it's not going to happen when you do your thing either. So you're going to start spitting things out.
You know what it is? He's getting a big dose of reality right now.
Huge dose.
Huge dose. That it's, it is complicated. Government is complicated.
Right. And for people that are used to getting what they want quickly, no, not going to happen. So one day at a time. What is that noise?
Yeah, what just happened?
There's a motorcycle coming up. Very good. Very fantastic. That is pretty rumbly, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Very cool.
Okay.
Well, so thank you so much for coming on.
Sure.
Anything else you want to talk about today? Because it seems like you're multi-subject able.
I don't know what else is
Any
irritating me
shout-outs
lately.
to your favorite customer, your favorite dog, your husband? Do a
actually,
shout-out. We haven't done those.
Well, we already gave Chris a shout-out. It's his last name. My maiden name is actually Carrano. So I was really flummoxed by all the consonants and only one vowel.
Yep.
And it all coming together
What
like
a great
that.
word, flummoxed. That's a great word.
I'm
I haven't heard
flummoxed
that
a lot.
one.
I
Yeah.
use that one a
Flummoxed.
lot. You and I actually have a mutual friend.
Who?
Christine Gerani.
Yes, of course. From the lounge? Mm-hmm. How long have you known her?
Forever.
Wow.
I've
Like
been
from
bo-
childhood forever?
No, just from work.
Okay.
Everybody I know through dogs.
Why? Is that how you know her from?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, her first dog used to come for daycare back when I was just managing the 2 locations, and now she goes to my location with her dogs.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, they have quite of an interesting show, you know?
They do. I started watching her show.
Yes. The Lounge. Very colorful characters. Love it.
Also. That was a whole weird thing too, because one of the women she does that show with is married to a guy my husband went to high school with.
6 degrees.
Yeah, it was strange. It's like 6 degrees of
Yeah.
Christine's dog. Nipsey.
That's funny. She gets to know all the dogs.
That's awesome.
They're in a database? You keep them all in a database?
Yeah.
You have to, right? Because if little Charlie's bad, you need to know that next time?
Well, when I first started, we used to do everything in a notebook. And then, as it grew and grew and grew, now we
need
have
to
a
search.
database. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
This dog.
If anybody's really bad, I just have to throw them out,
Yeah.
which is always unfortunate because people take that very personally.
I know. It's
Like,
hard.
it's not you.
I know, but it's like your child's
Yeah.
being expelled from school.
Yeah. And they're always surprised. Like, everybody gets along here for a reason. If I kept your dog, then we would just be starting a whole cycle of insanity here.
By the way, I love that shirt.
Yeah, isn't that
thanks.
cute?
This is actually a great company. I could give them a shout out. This is Regalia Rags,
Oh, okay.
which again, through dogs. I helped facilitate some of those Afghanistan dog rescue
Yep.
about 5 years ago. And they do have a lot of work with veterans, and they all have the dogs from Afghanistan.
Okay.
So then I had all these shirts made for the staff because I like sparkly stuff.
Yeah, it's very cool.
That's cute.
Good
So
to
they do
know.
all that.
Good to know. Well, fantastic.
Awesome.
We've been enlightened. Good
Yes.
luck in your new position.
Yes,
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Say cheese. We will meet.
Definitely.
And
Yes.
we will absolutely
Yes.
experiment with Joe, who was just on. Love that guy. Love that place. And that's it. We are done for
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
You know?
I know, our last guest.
I know.
Oh, that's it. I'm the end of the line, huh?
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. End of the line. Thanks again for coming on.
Sure.
And we will spread the good word.
Yes.
Thanks, Marianne.